Hi, everybody. Brian Roth, voice of the Rams. Welcome back to another edition of Ram Country Conversations and talking some Colorado State volleyball with Adrianna Blackman, of course, formerly Adriana Colbert. She got married back in March. And Adrianna, great to see you again. You're in your second year as the assistant coach on the Colorado State volleyball team. I mean, look, it's been an eventful few months for everybody, but certainly for you, not only the pandemic, but you get married during a pandemic. What was that like?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. But it was a whirlwind, to be honest. Pretty much like everything started shutting down, and then as we started seeing things progress, our initial plan was to get married in May, and we just decided to go for it since we're both from out of town and our families are out of town, and so in about 2 days we planned a little elope ceremony up at Horsetooth. I actually borrowed Emily, the associate head. I borrowed her dress because I didn't have my dress ready. Bree made me a little bouquet, and Tom, Emily, and Bree were there, and then they were in charge of like FaceTiming both of our families in, and we just had a really intimate, small gathering and decided to get married up at Horsetooth. So.
Yeah. Well, you have to make do with what you have. And I know you said it kind of saved you a lot of stress and anxiety that maybe a bride feels going into a wedding. So there is that. So some positive out of that. You know, things starting to kind of get back to normal, whatever normal means these days. But what it means for you is that your student athletes back on campus and you guys are in the gym and in the weight room. Now, obviously, there's no volleyball season here this year, at least in the fall, but you guys are back on the practice court, and I imagine that has to feel great.
It really does, honestly, especially with so many newcomers, right? Normally we start August and we are hitting the ground running, doing two-a-days, seeing them all the time. And so the fact that we didn't have all of that contact was just weird, to be honest. And so the fact that we've been able to come in, we're practicing 3 days a week right now, and just being able to be in the gym and actually working and getting to know the girls, since we have 8 newcomers on the team. So
yeah, what kind of challenges has that presented to you and the rest of the coaching staff? You mentioned 8 newcomers, which 7 of which I believe are freshmen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely interesting because going from having 5 seniors that were really veteran players on and off the court to graduating, and then just the transition of everything, it's a completely new team, but so there are challenges of just getting everyone up to speed with our offense and our systems and how we run things. But then it's also the newness of, man, these girls, like, they're just starting the ground running. They don't even know how good they're going to be. And practice is just so energizing and exciting, and everyone's really happy to be back in the gym.
All right, final thought before I let you go. Obviously, you guys wish you were in the middle of your non-conference slate right now, gearing up to make another run at a Mountain West Conference championship. That's not the case. I'm curious, how are you guys approaching these practices right now? Does it almost feel like a spring season for you guys with again, the season's kind of flip-flopped?
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, we've kind of shifted a little bit more. Normally, we would be really focused on where are our best attributes and how can we basically implement those to beat our opponents, and scouting reports every week and all of those things. And instead, we get to really sit down and break things down as a team and do one-on-one sessions with our girls and be able to work on fundamentals before we're really worried about competing. So it's pretty entertaining.
Adri, thanks so much. Appreciate you taking a couple of minutes out with us. And yeah, can't wait to see you guys on the court coming up in the spring. Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good one.
All right, that's Adrianna Blackman, formerly Adrianna Colbert, the former All-American and Mountain West Conference Player of the Year. Brian Roth saying so long. Thanks for watching Ram Country Conversations.